Born in 1914, Edgar Rogie Clark was a graduate of Clark College in Atlanta, Georgia in 1935. He continued his studies at the Juilliard School of Music, Chicago Musical College, Berkshire Music Center, and received a master's from Columbia University in 1942. He edited several collections of Negro folk songs, Copper Sun in 1957, and compiled Negro art songs in 1946. His textbooks for schools included Afro-America Sings in 1971 and Afro-American Six Series. Clark wrote spiritual arrangements for solo voice and chorus. Clark contributed articles, plays, and poems to the field of Negro folk music and was awarded a fellowship to do research in Haiti, Jamaica, and Trinidad. He held teaching positions at Fort Valley State College, Jackson State College, and Central State College. A 60-year-old Warren teacher was found stabbed to death early Thursday in the northwest Detroit home where he lived alone. Police said they found the body of Edgar Rogie Clark on the living room floor of the house at 17127 Kentucky. The house had been ransacked, people said, but it was not known what was taken. Clark, until 2 years ago, the only black teacher in the Warren Woods School District, taught music at Hickory Junior High School. School authorities said he was extremely popular with students and other faculty members. The kids really liked him, said Warren Woods School Superintendent Robert Tower. He really affected a lot of people with his warmth and personality. He was the personification of the gentleman, a delight to know. So I was one of those kids that Mr. Rogie Clark did teach when I was in junior high school. And it sure was different living out in Warren. We were primarily all white. We didn't know any people of color out there. Just a little bit of what we listened to on the radio. A lot of where this place comes from anyway. But it was very interesting to see him become and connect with the kids that were in my junior high. And the funny thing that comes through all of this is, boy, he was a tough teacher. He wanted to make sure that you really knew and you hit your parts and you sang the songs right and you weren't slacking about it. All right, a lot of people didn't get it. A lot of people didn't remember that at all, but I did. And I spent time, I learned a little bit with him, learned about music, got a lot of my first love of music with him too. And one of the things that I'll remember is that when we spent some time and we talked a little bit, I actually looked at him and I raised my hand and I shook his hand. He took my hand and he shook it. And one of the things he said is when we pulled that hand away from each other, he looked at me and he said, "Look, it didn't rub off, did it?" And I kind of looked at my hand and I kind of smiled. He was talking about our color. He was talking about his color. But the fact of the matter is, it was what that guy taught me that did rub off on me. It did open me up. It did expose me to new cultures, new opportunities. And that's something that I'm never ever going to forget. Now, there's a lot that's happened in his life, and I've learned a lot since then, but I'd like to think that hopefully he's up there thinking about his legacy, and that there are kids like me and kids like others that are a very vibrant part of that legacy. And in the end, that's one of the things that matters most. Thank you.